nothing major. They said she had some tightness in her legs. They weren't going to take any chances. We talked about you want to be out of this clean and healthy. They're going to take no chances with that. Corbin Albert is going to make a start for the United States. We've got so much more to come. Shannon Box, DeMarcus Beasley and I will be back with you at the half. You have been watching the AT&T pregame show. When we return, Julie Foudy and Luke Wildman on the call as this United States Olympic team gets set to head to France after the next 90 minutes. We'll see you, though, in 45.
Just death can separate us.
I thought that this was my happily ever after.
Happily Ever After, all new, Sunday at 8 on TLC.
In a baseball season full of surprises.
I've never seen anything like it.
MLB Tuesday on TBS is breaking down the players and teams that are breaking out. Mets, Yankees. Coverage begins next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. on TBS and Max.
Design a training program so that I can run a marathon.
Summarized this. What's a recipe using what I have in my fridge?
It starts with an empty prompt.
Bring this switch up here.
And the most advanced AI at your fingertips.
I'm a rusty old boat hitch, and I am barely hanging on. And while we're still miles from the lake, I'm gonna launch this boat right here. See ya. Get Allstate. Save money on auto insurance and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
To help save for our home, we stopped going on trips and giving each other expensive gifts. We handmade them instead. That one took me 3 weeks. Getting pre-qualified for a home loan is easier. Only took like 3 minutes. It's you.
It's me.
The DQ Freezer, home to all the Blizzard flavors of the past, is opening to bring back salted caramel truffle. Oh, with toffee pieces and choco chunks.
Get your own.
Gotta get your own salted caramel truffle before it's gone.
Welcome to the send-off match presented by Coca-Cola on TNT. Just 90 more minutes to play for the U.S. women's national team before they head to the Olympics in France. Costa Rica, the opposition tonight, here in the nation's capital, as Emma Hayes looks to make it 4 wins from 4 as the U.S. head coach. As we welcome you inside the broadcast booth, Luke Wildman alongside Julie Foudy. Costa Rica, the opposition. 3 wins in a row for Emma Hayes to start her career in charge of this team. And she is preaching very much, one game at a time. Don't look ahead to the Olympics right now, but it's almost impossible for those players who are out there tonight.
Yeah, but you're going to see that we have pretty much the starting lineup in place. Obviously, the Rose Lavelle scratch right now with the leg issues with Corbin Albert, the Jenna Neiswanger. But outside of those two, she's looking at this team and saying, we need more minutes, right? We need more time because she's still layering in things she wants them to learn. And I think that's the right decision to make. You don't take a chance with Rose Lavelle in this game like today. You don't take a chance with Jenna Neiswanger. But knowing Emma, she'll use it as an opportunity. She'll say, okay, I'm going to use this to see what I can get out of Corbin Albert because she's been playing well, according to Emma Hayes.
Yes, Jenna Neiswanger is not in the lineup tonight. She won't be on the bench either due to load management. And that news just breaking that Rose Lavelle, after warm-ups, has been removed from the team. Corbin Albert coming in. It's a precaution with Rose Lavelle. Nothing major, just a bit of something she's feeling in her leg. And Emma Hayes wants to make sure she doesn't make any mistakes in causing any further injury for Rose Lavelle. We are getting set for kickoff here as the teams walk out at Audi Field in Washington, D.C.
Team of Costa Rica versus your United States Olympic women's soccer team.
Nothing can stop me. I'm no original. You just a cop. Taking the lead, because I know they watch. Let's go.
One more time, let's hear it for your U.S. Women's Olympic Soccer Team! Fans, please rise if you are able and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem of Costa Rica. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and welcome Rye and Whitney to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, accompanied by the 459th Air Refueling Wing, Joint Base Andrews, Maryland, performing tonight's flyover.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' reckless bombs bursting in air proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star
I'm a bee, and I bumbled my way into your car.
Buzz.
But this hive isn't big enough for the both of us. Boo!
Oh, wow, what a buzzkill. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage,
Paying for this could really sting. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem, like me.
New York Giants are now on the clock.
We should stay and pick, right? This is Atlanta. What are you thinking?
Our team's still adding pieces. We still have the draft and free agency.
My job is to do what's best for the franchise.
Saquon, can you give me your word on that, or you're not going to give us a chance? You win here, it's unlike anywhere else.
You ready to be a New York Giant?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Let's go!
Hard Knocks, off-season with the New York Giants, streaming exclusively on Max.
US Soccer on TNT is brought to you by the Volkswagen all-electric ID4. It is an 18th all-time meeting between the United States and Costa Rica, and a late change to the starting lineup for Emma Hayes. Corbin Albert coming in for her 7th US start. She most recently started the second game against South Korea in June. She replaces Rose Lavelle.
And what a big start for Corbin Albert, wanting to show Emma Hayes, this new coach, who she hasn't played much under, what she can bring to that midfield. What it's going to do is probably sit her deeper alongside Sam Coffey, meaning Lindsey Horan will go into the 10 a little bit higher, where Rose Lavelle typically is. We'll see how that shapes up in midfield with a double pivot with the two of Corbin Albert and Sam Coffey.
The U.S. coming into this game after a 1-0 win against Mexico in New Jersey on Saturday, when Sophia Smith scored the only goal of the game. They get in front of goal.
Better efficiency in that final third. Why do I feel like that's going to be a topic tonight? I think they're going to get it done tonight, Luke.
The final game before the Olympic campaign begins against Zambia in Nice on June the 25th. July the 25th. The referee tonight is Lizette Garcia from Mexico. And we are underway in the Olympic send-off game in the nation's capital, as this side looks to remain unbeaten under Emma Hayes and make it 4 wins from 4 to start Hayes' time in charge of this team. She's the 5th US women's national team head coach to win the first 3 games, and the others all went on to win number 4 as well. Tierna Davidson turning the ball back to Naomi Girma, who once again led the team in touches at the weekend on Saturday at Red Bull Arena. And now Emily Fox, who has friends and family in attendance from just up the road in Ashburn, Virginia. Fox playing right back, and a Washington connection down the right side with Trinity Rodman, who plays with the Spirit here in NWSL. Costa Rica coming into this game with 8 games under their belt in 2024, winning 3, losing 5. They went out in the Gold Cup quarterfinals after extra time in LA, a 1-0 defeat against Canada. Here's Fox down the right side. Emma Hayes always preaching patience, making sure you play the right ball, not the first ball. And Emily Fox down the right side looks for Rodman here, pushing it into the path of Lindsey Horan, who just won't quite get there at the corner flag.
Yeah, and it's interesting, too. You're going to hear that a lot with a team, as you're already seeing in these first few minutes, who's going to set up in that low block, stay compact, stay organized, make it busy. And this is the first chance. Good ball by Trinity Rodman, just puts a little bit too much on it, the right idea. First opportunity to try and find some space in those wide flanks. And what I said at the beginning with Corbin Albert sitting deeper with Sam Coffey is not the case tonight. They're actually setting up similar to what we saw in the second half against Mexico. Kind of in a diamond. She's a bit higher, more like an 8 or a double 10. And you're going to see Mal Swanson sometimes pop into that 10 space as well. So that becomes a 4-4-2 as they build.
Bermudez, the keeper, with the long ball downfield. 7 of the starting 11 for Costa Rica play domestically in the league there. And Bermudez is one of them with Alajuelense. Here's Nea. Germa out towards Fox down the right side. Naomi Germa's 35th appearance. Played 90 minutes against Mexico at the weekend. Albert coming onto the ball. Coffey goes backwards. Coffey playing in midfield up against her former Portland teammate Rocky Rodriguez of Angel City, the only one of the 11 for Costa Rica that plays in the NWSL. Rocky Rodriguez winning a championship in Portland in the same side as Sam Coffey. Both former Penn State players as well. Here is Coffey in the midfield. Forward it went there to Albert. Challenge coming in. It's picked up by the striker Salas here for Costa Rica, and it's their first opportunity to come over halfway, but Trinity Rodman is back. And she'll just let it run out for a US throw.
And that's really going to be the attacking threat from Costa Rica tonight, is often in just transition and trying to catch the United States on a counter as they sit in that low block.
The US unbeaten in their last 8 since the Gold Cup loss against Mexico in February. Davidson up towards halfway. 7 players who won bronze in 2021 are part of this squad. 4 players from the 2016 Olympic roster, but plenty of new faces for whom an Olympic experience will be a first. Germa. Now Fox down the right. Rodman inside, linking up with Mallory Swanson as she tries to get away from Koto, the central defender.
And that is the beauty of that pinched-in role for Mal Swanson. Lots of flexibility to roam and find the ball, float into pockets in between, as tight as it may seem, that compact defense of Costa Rica.
It's a third start together for this front three. They've started together in 3 of Emma Hayes' first 4 games in charge. Did so in her debut, the 4-0 win in Commerce City. And the referee will give a free kick here as Crystal Dunn was fouled there on the far side. Gabriela Guillen, 32-year-old right back, was the player coming in there, penalised for the challenge on Crystal Dunn. Sam Coffey looking wide towards Dunn on that far side. Sophia Smith couldn't get through, but Haran will now play it into the path of Sophia Smith here. Sophia Smith straight against the keeper's hands, and it almost slipped through. Not a great start for Noelia Bermudez in the goal for Costa Rica. Bermudez not the first choice last year at the World Cup. That was Daniela Solera, who is on the bench.
Great ball across to Dunn, who finds Smith, misses it there, but then picks it up and goes one-on-one. Good decision, cuts it to her left instead of going backwards. And look at this, off the post, recovers. And a good look early for the United States.
Valenciano's ball forward is taken there by Dunn, and this is Germa out for Fox on the right. The US winning all 17 meetings against Costa Rica by a combined score of 90-2. Luke Wildman and Julie Foudy in the broadcast booth, and Katie Whip from pitch side.
Emma Hayes, very active on this sideline, doing a lot of coaching early on. She just had a chance a few moments ago to catch Mallory Swanson's ear. Really focused in.
Swanson to the byline, pulls it back. Sophia Smith couldn't get there. And this is Rodman, who is just on the edge of the box as it comes back towards Fox. The Arsenal fullback turning it all the way back and losing that ball here as Costa Rica will bring it forward with Maria Paula Salas.
Luke, Emma Hayes doing a lot of coaching early in this first half, specifically focused in on her team's rotations. Moments ago, she had a chance to catch Mallory Swanson ear. She told her, look to rotate out a little when you can. Then, with Trinity Rodman here on this near side flank, she said, when you're out wide, look for that diagonal pass or run towards the box.
We talked to Trinity Rodman yesterday, and she's desperate for a goal. Her last one came in Fort Lauderdale. She scored twice in the send-off game ahead of the World Cup against Wales in San Jose last year, coming in, making an impact in that game. But she said she just has to be patient. She has to pick the right moments.
Yeah.
And it was funny. She said, I watched some videos and I think, why? Why did I take that shot?
Yeah, and you can hear the crowd roar, her home crowd, when she does get a chance.
Gone away down the left side, and that's dealt with by Villalobos.
Another opportunity here for the United States on a set piece, and something that they've been wanting to improve upon with their numbers. Tierna Davidson in June, 2 goals off of set pieces. Pleased with that. We'll see what the United States can drum up here.
All 3 of Davidson's international goals have been headers. Delivery whipped in towards Smith at the front post. Corbin Albert was trying to get on the end of it as well. And it's played back here for Gum. Coffey. Down the line for Swanson. Swanson having a run at the fullback. Gets towards the byline in positive fashion, but this will be cleared there by Fabiola Villalobos.
2 opportunities. You saw Sophia Smith with the chance to face up, Miles Swanson with the chance to face up, both getting in the box, getting in behind, turning that corner. Good things happen when those 2 players face up.
Costa Rica never qualifying for the Olympics. They missed out on Paris, finishing 4th in the 2022 CONCACAF W Championship. Lost against the US in the semi-final. And then 1-0 against Jamaica, defeated after extra time in the 3rd place game that would have got them into a playoff for an Olympic place. Coffey. Now Dunn just can't quite bring that under control. Let's take a look at the live odds brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbooks. New customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly on DraftKings Sportsbook. Just download the app and use promo code GOLD. Costa Rica's only goals in the previous 17 meetings against the US came in a 7-2 loss in 2015 in a friendly in Chattanooga. It was the World Cup victory tour. Apart from that, they've not managed to find the back of the net against the United States. That header forward from Coffey, and the flag is up. Haram was offside.
That smile tells you everything. She knew it the whole time. Very unselfish pass, though, however, as well.
Sam Coffey's header forward, catching Lindsay Haran offside. Coffey was part of the Portland Thorns side that won a championship in this building back in October of 2022, the NWSL Championship game. Portland won it 2-0 against KC Current. Sophia Smith scored that day. Coffey and Smith started, along with Rocky Rodriguez, who is in the midfield for Costa Rica tonight, and Crystal Dunn came off the bench. So happy memories of the stadium for some of those players out there tonight. There will be a special send-off celebration after this game. following the full-time whistle. Skirmer flicks the ball away down the right side. Trinity Rodman couldn't quite get there, but it will run out of play for a throw here for the United States. US and Brazil, the only two nations to play in all 8 Olympic tournaments. In 2021, the US winning a bronze medal against Australia. But their sights are set much higher than that this time around, even in the early days of Emma Hayes' reign. You just get the feeling every time that she talks to you that she's just loving this opportunity right now with this players in this situation in this country.
I did smile when she said, I think my mom wishes I was a little more homesick, but I'm not. But she did say, which I think is an important distinction, that the reality that the world has gotten better must also be acknowledged. That the United States is not going to win every single thing, and yet you go in with every expectation of winning, but it's harder, and that's a fact. They've caught up. Not catching. They've caught.
And that is evidenced by some of the results you see in the international windows, especially from European competition of late. Rodman down the right side, battling to get to the byline there. And Rodman's done really well here. Rodman across goal. Didn't pick out Mal Swanson, who was the closest to goal. Swanson will come across now to take the corner.
Did everything right on this. The willingness to get in behind and watch this little stutter. Stop, go. So good. It's just that final pass is missing. That last piece of the puzzle. Can they find a gap? Can they find the seams? There are a lot of bodies. Maybe you need to lift it to the backside. Maybe you need to hit it with a little more pace.
Second corner for the US, 13 minutes in. Swanson in towards the back post. It's Turner Davidson who is over there. Closed down by Melissa Herrera. As Skirmer will swing it back out wide to this near side for Swanson, and the appeals go from the Costa Ricans for offside. The flag was up early. We have Emma Hayes mic'd up pitch side tonight. Let's listen in to some of her thoughts in the first few minutes.
Sam, stay in that pocket. Stay in there, because once it comes round like that, once she's attracted, then you can get on it. Stay patient though. Foxy, it's so on out here to Trin. It's so on. There's so much space. Keep coming up.
So on to Trin. So much space. There you just saw it as well. Oh my gosh, can we have that every single game? Please.
Fox.
Thank you, Emma.
Ball played forward here, and it will be chased by Melissa Herrera. Herrera towards the edge of the box, looked to get the shot away, but that one is dragged well wide. Melissa Herrera, one of the attackers, plays for Tijuana in 2 World Cup squads. In fact, she scored at 2 World Cups in 2015 in a 2-2 draw with South Korea in Montreal, and then a 3-1 loss in New Zealand in 2023 against Zambia. She is one of the threats, usually down that right side, is where she started today. This is Sophia Smith. Sophia Smith in towards Swanson. It's Swanson! Denied by Bermudez, who comes up with a big save. And then Gloriana Villalobos, the Saprissa midfielder, is fouled.
The combination of these two players is just so fun to watch. Sophia Smith taking a look, finds that little seam. That first touch by Mal Swanson just gets away from her a little bit too much. And it's a good save in the end by Bermudez to cut that angle off. But that pairing of Smith and Swanson and Rodman is going to be something that is going to be difficult for teams to contain. They are so dynamic. The key, as Emma has talked about and this team has talked about, is that cannot be the only key that the United States relies on.
She talks about the importance of creating connections throughout the side. She said you can't win trophies relying on individuals performing on their own. Moments of individual brilliance are fine, but you need to work as a team to be able to create those connections, which is what she's been putting a lot of attention on so far. That's Rodman going down. Trinity Rodman not happy at all with the challenge that came in there from Chinchilla. And a yellow card is coming from referee Garcia. Priscilla Chinchilla, who plays in Russia with Zenit. This referee last took charge of a US game in Frisco last December. Win against China by 2-1.
Great turn by Tran.
We are 17 minutes in at Audi Field. Second time this team has played in this stadium. They beat Nigeria by 2-1 on the last visit back in September of 2022. Sam Coffey's international debut. Mal Swanson standing over the free kick. Down the right it goes for Emily Fox. This is Gurma. Support to the left from Dunn, but Gurma will go back out to the right. Lovely leave by Fox, and then Swanson plays it in straight off the back of Chinchilla. It's a throw right by the corner flag here for Mal Swanson, who started her professional career in this city in 2017 with Washington. Trying to play that one back to Swanson. Coffey does well to get in there, but it's cleared away towards halfway, right in front of the Costa Rica bench. Benito Rubido is their coach, a 31-year-old Spaniard who took over the job last October. Previously worked for FIFA and some time as the head coach in Dominican Republic as well. Fox. Now Lindsay Horan helping it on down the right side. 150th appearance for Lindsay Horan tonight for her country. Special moment for the US captain, Swanson.
And this is where the patient part starts to weigh in. When you get a little frustrated because you've had your looks, you've had some chances, and it's still, you look at that clock and you look at the scoreboard, it's 0-0.
And now Horan is fouled. Challenge from Rocky Rodriguez. We had the chance to catch up with Rocky Rodriguez yesterday. She was very open, Julie, about the state of the women's game in Costa Rica. Said, actually, it's really sad. It seems like, well, the world is going forward in the women's game. In Costa Rica, they're going backwards. It's been neglected. There isn't enough development or money.
Yeah, it was really disheartening to hear that, given where you watch the rest of the world is just exploding and there's excitement and there's energy, and she said it's the opposite for us, and it's just so disheartening. And a player who's played at the level she's had, you said earlier, from Sky Blue to Portland, winning a title, Angel City, 2 World Cups.
Swanson's free kick in towards that penalty area. It'll be brought away here by Melissa Herrera down the right side, up against Crystal Dunn. Dunn able to use up her experience to get that one backwards. This is Coffey. Coffey trying to get on the end of that one from Davidson.
The other piece of that with Rocky that is so disheartening is she says, you know, we're just not developing any players as well. So you think about this U.S. women's national team, so many young players coming in from, you know, Jaden Shaw at 19, Davidson is young. We know all these young players coming in. Sophia Smith is young. And yet you're not seeing that with Costa Rica in terms of quality young players coming through. And that is going to be a struggle for them, because as the world invests, as we've seen, they're just getting so much better, and they're going to be left behind in CONCACAF.
She said even CONCACAF teams are getting more competitive, and her words were here, people don't seem to care, they're falling asleep. But she did say, when these players come out here tonight, there can be no excuses. They have to take their opportunities. And as one of the ways they can grow the game, it is to get players to go and play abroad in better quality competitions. And a stage like this is a perfect way for them to catch the eye. Melissa Herrera standing over this, the 26-year-old with the ball towards the edge of the box. And played forward towards halfway with Lindsay Horan. Horan has Swanson to the left, Rodman to the right. Sophia Smith is right down the middle. Here is Sophia Smith turning inside the box. And the challenge comes in. And it's gone out for a corner here for the US.
Good little seam and first touch by Lindsey Horan. Gets caught under her feet, so she gets caught up there too slow. Still falls to Rodman. And then you see Smith doing a little bit of work in the box. I don't think that's a penalty kick. Comes off for the corner kick. So many numbers that they have to get through.
Swanson again looking towards the back post. Horan gets ahead on it this time. Third corner of the game for the United States. They've never trailed against Costa Rica, and they've led at half-time in 16 of the 17 previous meetings. They almost scored early, and Noelia Bermudez let the effort out of her grasp. It nearly wriggled over the line before she recovered. Here's Sophia Smith on the far side up against Guillen. Now Albert, late addition into the starting lineup. It was supposed to be just the one change tonight, with Niswanger not available tonight for load management reasons. And Dunn was coming in, but then Rose Lavelle feeling some leg tightness. They wanted to be safe, and as a precaution, she's been left out tonight.
And there is Rose Lavelle and Jenna Niswanger. And Dansby as well.
Taking advantage of the All-Star break to be here tonight. Howdy Field, just across the road from the Washington National Stadium here in the nation's capital. Horan down the left side, linking up with Crystal Dunn. Lots of options in the middle as Dunn gets that one in, and it's a deflection behind for corner number 4. Crystal Dunn into the side to play at left back tonight. Here she is on the edge of the box. Dunn swings the cross in. Rodman trying to get there. And the keeper is down, and the referee will allow play to continue because Costa Rica have the ball, but there's a knock to the head. And some of the Costa Rica players actually turning around and going to see if their keeper is okay. Rodman is also down after that challenge with that ball in from Crystal Dunn.
Play the short corner. You can see Rodman circling around. Gets there a little bit late. It's hard, both of them, with that collision.
Emma Hayes using this stoppage as an opportunity for more teaching moments. Katie Witham is pitch side.
One of the things coming into this match that Emma Hayes said she had to see improve from her team was more quality in the final third, them being more clinical. They've had some opportunities. You've heard Julie talk about it upstairs. But what I thought was interesting is after some of these chances, Emma immediately turns around over here on the sideline, and instead of talking to her coaches, she talks to the bench players, walks through what she just saw, what could have been better during this injury stretch. She didn't just pull the starters on the field over to the sideline. She brought the whole bench up. She is using the most of her very little time to get this team prepped for the Olympics. And interesting side note, Luke and Julie, every coach before her has had at least 16 matches before a major world tournament. This is her 4th game.
Yeah, it's a great point, Katie, because you have to pick your moments. And you don't, I mean, Emma and I, and she's told us extensively, like, I don't want to douse them with a fire hose, and it's too much overloading of information. But she says there's so much growth that we still need to make and have. But it is a great challenge, and it's great to see Trinity Rodman is up, Bermudez is still down.
Rodman, one of 6 new Olympians in the starting lineup for the United States today. The 5 previous Olympians. Alyssa Nair has played at 2 prior to this one. Same with Dunn and Haran. And a round of applause for the goalkeeper, Noelia Bermudez. She's been playing back home in Costa Rica since 2021. After a fairly lengthy career in Spain, she was the goalkeeper of the year in Spain with Levante in 2016. She wasn't in the World Cup squad last summer, but was in 2015. Couldn't see the pitch though. Emma Hayes talked to us yesterday about the water break on Saturday being an opportunity to get instructions across, to teach. She had that moment at half-time. She's had another opportunity here today. Those, it seems, are the moment she lives for. That's when she's in her element.
Well, you think about it, too. When she's at Chelsea, she's got every single day with these players. But when you're with the national team, you only have moments. And especially when you come in as late as she did to finish off her Chelsea season with only 4 games, you really got to utilize those moments.
Should be a hydration break coming up. She was asked about the heat. She said it's perfect preparation for the south of France, for the games that will be played in the Olympics, especially in Marseille. Dunn chasing back here under pressure from Herrera. Dunn, who played under Emma Hayes with Chelsea back in 2017. That's how to play for a throw. They'll start against Zambia, and then it will be Germany in Marseille on July 28th, repeat of the 2004 Olympic semi-final, which the US won 2-1 after extra time with a Heather O'Reilly goal, and then they'll finish against Australia in Marseille July 31st. These two teams playing twice in Tokyo in the Olympics 3 years ago, including the bronze medal win 4-3 with 2 from Rapinoe and 2 from Lloyd. It was 0-0 when they met in the group stage. Albert with the ball forward. Free kick given here. And while many may think that Zambia is something of a formality, Emma Hayes thinks nothing like that. In fact, said Barbara Banda, the most informed striker in world football right now.
Rachel Kunanji, who also plays with Bay FC in NWSL, 2 of the most informed strikers in the world. Incredible pace, incredible defensive presence.
Fox finding Smith as the ball's played in. It comes back out here towards Emily Fox, who has 1 international goal. It came in Austin against Ireland, April of last year. And listen there, all the way up towards halfway. Davids. Albert on the far side. Back for Dunn. Around with a nice ball inside for Coffey. Coffey with space to carry it forward here. There's movement ahead. This is Crystal Dunn. Dunn against Guillen on the far side. Haran. Now Coffey will strike. It takes a deflection. No way through for Haran there, but it comes back here for Swanson. 30 minutes played, it's still 0-0 as Rodman is in possession down the right side. Rodman on the outside of Chinchilla, and that's a corner.
And that is a matchup tonight. Chinchilla and Rodman. Rodman getting the better of her again, getting around that corner, gets the corner. And the success for the United States has been pretty clear. It's been out wide. That's where the space is. Costa Rica doing a great job of just clogging those inner channels.
Chinchilla already on a booking as well. Swanson's delivery. Haran climbing. Lindsay Haran captaining the team for the 28th time.
And just gets up with nothing on it. Doesn't have any momentum behind that. Can't get any power on it, and a little late on that header as well.
Haran's team leading 11th start of 2024, the 25th player all time to reach 150 caps. Referee just wanting a word here with Trinity Rodman and also Emily Valenciano.
And again, this is the matchup. A lot of grabbing going on. And if you're Trinity Rodman, you just got to be careful. If this is the Olympics, you cannot afford to get emotional in a game, because then players are going to come at you. They're going to know that emotion is bursting out of you. So you got to keep it cool. The last thing you want to get is a yellow card. Here it doesn't matter as much, but of course at the Olympics, they're going to be all over.
Trinity Rodman just in conversation there with the referee, Jose Garcia of Mexico. Emma Hayes has talked about the fact that she stresses to her players not to panic. If it's 0-0 at half-time, don't panic.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. And you can see the presence and the way she delivers it too, is that calm. It's like, she said, I don't know what it is about Americans, but they think they should be up 3-0 at every halftime. There's a lot of games that you have to take some time to break down. And clearly, the United States having a lot of the play and most of the chances in this game.
I also enjoyed how she talked about the need to be calm. She's not a coach that feels she has to rant and rave. She said particularly for this younger group of players, calmness is the way to go, to get her point across, to teach. And so far, the United States have had the better of the possession, more of the ball in the final third, but they are yet to find a breakthrough here against Costa Rica. The last meeting was July of 2022. It's a 3-0 win in the CONCACAF W Championship. Saw Emily Sonnet score a first international goal. Also goals from Mal Swanson, assisted by Rose Lavelle, and Ashley Sanchez as well. 8 players on the Olympic roster played in that game, as did 6 of the Costa Rica squad. There isn't a lot of depth in the Costa Rica lineup, but they do have 10 of their 11 tonight with World Cup experience, and 9 of the 11 in the World Cup squad last year, where they lost all 3 games and were outscored 8-1. They lost 3-0 against Spain in Wellington, 2-0 against Japan in Dunedin, and then 3-1 loss against Zambia in Hamilton in the final game of the group. Fox. This is Coffey, looking to switch out to that left side for Dunn. Melissa Herrera going across to close down. Tina Davidson across the back. Now Gurma, San Diego Wave defender, linking up with Emily Fox. By Chinchilla. Salas will chase, but Gurma first to it. Picked up by Haran on halfway. Rodman just keeping it in play. Whistle went late there. And then Rodman with the challenge from Valenciano. It's developing into a bit of a battle between those two, as well as Rodman and Chinchilla. Inside the final 10 minutes of the first half, as Coffey plays it wide across to Dunn on the left side. Done up against Melissa Herrera. Davidson. Corbin Albert into space for Naomi Gurma. This is Lindsay Haran. One back there by Oriana Villalobos. Herrera can't keep possession. It's out of play for a throw on the far side.
We were talking earlier about the opportunity for Trinity and, of course, Sophia Smith and Mal Swanson to face up. I think you're seeing that with the outside backs and Fox and Dunn. If they can get it wide to them early, they can get in. A little bit hesitant, and here we see it on the left side, hesitant to then face up and take on.
Swanson. Now this is Sam Coffey. Coffey plays it in. Lindsay Haran on the end of it.
States. And this little chipped-in ball is such a good ball. I thought it was going to go with Lindsey Horan's head. Didn't think she could get on the end of it. Tries to pull it back across, and Bermuda's there with the save. Could she have gotten her head on the end of that?
Off the post in the end from Lindsey Horan, as the US are denied once again. Emily Fox defending here against Chinchilla. Salas gets in there as well. Referee allowing play to continue, but Costa Rica have it once more. Herrera slides it through for Chinchilla here. And the shot well over the bar from Valenciano. The referee wants this to be restarted. A rare shot towards goal from Emily Valenciano for Costa Rica tonight. In 2 World Cup squads, scored a goal last October against Paraguay in a 3-1 loss in the Pan Am Games. Germa. Just the second start together for this back four. The other one was the Gold Cup final win against Brazil. Swanson down the right. Now Rodman. Horan. Now Swanson once again. Coffey. Lovely ball for Swanson. Now it's Turner Davidson. Davidson floats the cross in high towards Horan. Perfect placement on the boot of the captain down the right side. 7 minutes plus stoppage time to go until the break here in the Olympic send-off match. Rodman plays it into the middle. Swanson couldn't get there. Cleared away by Koto. Brought down by Salas. Germa there defending. She did well. Had her jersey pulled, wanted the free kick but didn't need it. So the US maintained possession with Rodman down the right side.
It really is for Emma Hayes and the patience mantra that she keeps stressing in terms of holding it, waiting.
Davidson high forward towards Lindsey Horan. And the keeper got a touch to it. Unconventional, not convincing.
Again, Lindsey Horan making that deep run from midfield. No one tracking it. Has more time than she thinks. Perhaps could have taken it down. Perhaps it was too high for her. But this mantra of patience, and then it's almost like you're rewiring the team, because the team and the DNA of this United States team is transition, go, use space, speed, run at them, and it's like, it's
slow
okay.
it down.
Slow it down. Slow it down. It's going to be okay.
Coming up next is the Volkswagen halftime show. Pitch side with Sarah Walsh, Shannon Box and DeMarcus Beasley. Box with the ball down the right side, into the path of Rodman. Here's Sophia Smith. It's Sophia Smith still going. Keeper makes the save. Corbin Albert was following in. And it's volleyed away there. Valenciano got it clear. But here come the US again. Rodman inside for Horan. They're knocking on the door. It's Sophia Smith.
Ooh, that one had some heat on it, Luke. Here's that first look with Trinity Rahman getting in. Early ball into Sophia Smith. Somehow it lands at her feet. The save that's cleared. And then this second chance. I mean, this one's coming with some heat. Sophia Smith takes a look, almost finding that top corner.
Goals in back-to-back games for Sophia Smith for the first time in her international career. It's cap number 50 tonight. She made her debut against the Netherlands in November of 2020. She's got 4 goals in the last 4 games. A goal or an assist in each of her last 4 US appearances. And Emma Hayes reiterating again to us yesterday what she told us in our very first meeting with her ahead of her debut as the US head coach. She's got big plans for Sophia Smith. She's told her that she wants her to be more central in that attacking final third, to get in the box, in positions where she can get the goals, and she thinks she can be the best number 9 in the world.
Yeah, and again, it's that rewiring of, I want you in the 9. I want you in a high central position instead of getting out wide. Instead of running all over that front line, I want you where you can be scoring and holding the ball and shooting.
Interestingly, against Mexico, 63% of Sophia Smith's touches were in a central area in the attacking third. And that's compared to 40% of her touches in the central attacking third in the first game under Emma Hayes.
Already the improvement.
Now Sophia Smith. Sophia Smith was tracking back, trying to get a foot in there. Herrera plays it forward, but it's straight off Davidson. Will take the throw on the far side.
And I will say, a game like today with as many bodies in tight space as there is a perfect game for Rose Lavelle to come in and work her magic. Not having her hurts a little bit in a game like today. Hurts anytime you don't have a Rose Lavelle on the field for you, but of course the right decision with her leg feeling a little bit tender in warm-up to not push it.
His ball out to the right for Rodman. The US set to get on a plane in the next 48 hours or so to head to France. Davidson, what a ball through the middle, straight into the path of Sophia Smith. Lindsay Horan was in the middle.
Such a good pass by Davidson with the pace on it. Barely has to take a touch. Perhaps if that first touch by Sophia Smith had come inside a little bit more, could she have cranked one herself?
Fox heads it away. It would be just the second time the US has failed to score in a half of action against Costa Rica, but there is still time. Sophia Smith with lots of room to carry this one forward. Movement ahead of her, comes in towards Corbin Albert. Albert steps inside Herrera. Albert's shot is blocked. Coffin. This is done. Done up against Herrera. Back it comes for Coffin. The Thorns midfielder across the back towards Gurma. Down the right for Rodman. Rodman stepping inside. Lovely ball through for Albert. Maybe she could have had a shot.
Yeah, just didn't take a look, did she? The fact that she was wide open on her own. But you can see this game as you head into the half starting to open up a little bit. As we said at the start, I don't know what it is now. It was about 97, 95 degrees. And it will open up even more in that second half.
Fox. Costa Rica will be extremely happy if they can get in goalless at half-time. Davidson. Give them a breather as well. They've covered a lot of ground in trying to keep the US out. Fox. Rodman making a run down the right side. Space to get the cross into the middle. It takes a deflection on the way through and goes behind for a US corner inside the final minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Trinity Rodman managing to win the corner there. 5 goals in 15 NWSL games this year, as well as 4 assists for Rodman with Washington. They go short here to Fox. Emily Fox trying to get some space there. Able to play it across for Dunn. Now it's Gum. Costa Rica with everybody back behind the ball here. Rodman stepping inside. Get in there from Crystal Dunn. Iran couldn't bring it under control. And that will probably be the half-time whistle when this comes forward. Maybe one last opportunity for the US to send it long. Albert. It is half-time, and it's 0-0.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting as we've talked about all these moments to make adjustments. What Emma Hayes is looking at, she'll look at the shape of that midfield for sure, how she can find that wide space. And having success towards the end of that first half with Lindsay Horan coming from the midfield wide open in the middle. But again, efficiency in that final third will be a topic they talk about for this second half.
Let's head down to Katie Witham.
I'm here with Sam Coffey. Sam, take us back out onto the field. What was this first half like from your perspective, and what do you feel like you guys might need to tweak coming out in the second?
Yeah, I think a big theme for us, especially against a team like Costa Rica, is to be patient. I think we're doing a good job of that. I think we can pick and choose more moments to go. I think we're creating great chances. We just got to put one in the back of the net.
Appreciate the time. Thank you so much.
0-0 at half-time, as it was against Mexico at the weekend. They found a way to change things and get a goal in the second half to get the victory there in New Jersey. Can they do the same here against Costa Rica tonight at half-time at Audi Field? The United States 0, Costa Rica 0.
Can Sugar Ray Leonard do everyday tasks wearing boxing gloves?
Happy birthday.
And now putting on his new ArchFit Skechers Slip-ins. You just step in and go with comfort that will knock you out. Try new ArchFit hands-free Skechers Slip-ins.
Isn't it absolutely bonkers that you can walk into a store, hand someone a piece of plastic, and they will willingly hand over Reese's cups? Forget flying cars. This is it. We're at the pinnacle.
What can I see with a telescope from Cedar Lake?
This is your old neighborhood, right?
This is where I grew up.
Check this out. Imagine Little Italy in 1954.
Summarized this.
It starts with an empty prompt.
Oh, there it is.
And the most advanced AI at your fingertips.
Everyone's saying soccer's arrived in America.
Yeah, but I'm just not seeing it.
Ah, man, Christian, they got a lot to say.
Gotta prove those U.S. doubters wrong.
Yeah, but how?
The fans.
Watch this.
Of course, yeah, their passion combined with their creativity, it makes the U.S. the home of soccer.
Nice.
The game is changing, but what drives the game never will. What you have inside. It refuses to be ignored. It sweats every day. It turns an athlete into a legend. It demands respect. The game will always change, but it never will. Gatorade, is it in you?
TNT Sports on True TV Primetime gets you in the game. In the action.
We got you covered right here on the line
and in the know.
Welcome to TNT Sports tonight. Our quick hit and rip around from the games and teams we love.
Buckle up and enjoy the ride with live sports and shows geared towards the true sports fan. TNT Sports is on True TV Primetime. Visit TrueTV.com for more.
I'm here in my gear. I'm ready for a fight. It's Saturday night. We fight. We can't fight no more. This is who I am. Better than you. 'Cause we're invincible. Who's out? This man is a psychopath.
AEW Collision, live Saturdays at 8 on TNT.
There's no war so hateful as a war between kin. And no war so bloody as a war between dragons.
House of the Dragon, streaming exclusively on Max.
Join the
Welcome to the Volkswagen Halftime Show. The United States and Costa Rica scoreless here at the half. Sarah Walsh, DeMarcus Beasley, Shannon Box with you. Here's a look at your first half electric highlight. Electric, DeMarcus, but they're still looking for a goal.
Yeah, they are. But you see here, here you go. This is what you want. You want Mallory Swanson and Sophia to play together. But if it's easy to say from here, but if Sophia lets that ball go through her legs, Lindsay Horan wide open. So if they can maybe have a little bit more communication on that final third, they can have a goal and then maybe 1-0.
Well, while you're talking about Lindsay Horan, she had some opportunities in this first half, Shannon.
Lindsay was always in a really great space. She was always stretching that back line, and here you see her again getting behind that back line. But the U.S. team did a really good job of finding those wide spaces. And then, obviously, there's a combination play in there, and then they were very patient. And when Sam Coffey was able to play that ball into Horan.
You see Trinity Rodman to Sophia Smith, DeMarcus, another opportunity. A really nice save by Costa Rica there.
Yeah, I mean, that's where the space is. Out wide, down the sides between the center back and the outside back. They've been exploiting that pretty well. Here's another look at another chance from Sophia Smith. Turning shot. It's coming. It's coming. They just got to be patient.
You'd have to go back to last October. That is the last time that this U.S. women's national team was held scoreless in back-to-back first halves. But we talked to Emma Hayes, and she said their last game, of course, scoreless at the half. That was just a couple of days ago in New Jersey on Saturday. And she said, that's not what you worry about. What you worry about is if you are not creating the opportunities. And it's sort of the same thing here again tonight, Shannon. We see the opportunities. Those opportunities have just not turned into goals yet.
Yeah, Emma Hayes has talked about being patient. She's talked about the intention. So you're not seeing these goals yet, but they're doing the right things. I think the end product is still what we're looking for. And a lot of those times it was plays on that wide space, hitting that ball across. Are we doing a good enough job to play that ball back, maybe chipping over the top to the back side of the goal? But definitely something they want to work on this next half.
Yeah, they have to be patient. It's coming. They created a lot of chances. I think you saw the last maybe 5-10 minutes. Costa Rica is tired, and it's hot. I'm in a suit and I'm sweating already, but it's coming. They are. The second half is always going to open up. Subs will start coming in, fresh legs. So I think we'll see a lot more goals in that second half.
I was just looking up a temperature check for you. It is
we
90.
Both got on jackets.
It's dropped though.
I'm
it was
the only
97
smart one.
when we started.
Thank you.
You are smarter than us. It's dropped all the way down to 90. Really cooling off here in D.C. We hope things start heating up in terms of goals for the United States. Sophia Smith looking to put the United States on top. She did it Saturday. Can she do it again tonight? We've got more to come here on the Volkswagen Halftime Show from D.C.
Geico can help cover cars, homes, motorcycles, and even accordions.
Pretty liberating knowing Geico can help insure our car. And with our home insurance, your accordion, too.
We're not the only ones out here taking advantage of Geico.
Smoke him, Edna. You sure showed him.
That's your pickled peppers idea.
Whatever you need, from coverage to service, get more with Geico.
What's up with your dad, Chloe?
Ever since he got AT&T's best deal on the new Samsung Galaxy, he's been up on his high horse.
Best deal got me feeling like a big old cowboy.
That's a very high horse.
Perhaps you can wait in the waiting room? I'll just go wait in the waiting room.
Ride high with AT&T's best deal on the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6.
There's more to a person than the game they're in. If your skill gives you a platform,
Speak your truth.
see this ability as a strength.
Launch a movement.
Believe swimming builds confidence.
Create a wake.
Because no matter what you achieve in your game, it's just the start line. For the potential you'll unlock.
Outside the game.
Deloitte, proud sponsor of Team USA.
Bonus bets instantly. This baseball season, DraftKings is coming up clutch.
Someone say clutch? Papi got this.
No, Papi, no need to get this.
Well, man.
It's not necessary. It's an instant win.
Papi laugh in the face of pressure.
Okay, well, I don't know. New customers download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and turn $5 into $150 instantly in bonus bets. The crown's yours.
You ever feel like the only place you can find cars is in car commercials? Oh, this isn't a car commercial. This is an Auto Trader commercial. And this is one of the millions of new and used cars that you can find on Auto Trader. You can find cars like the ones on your favorite show. Oh, no. Or the car in this show. Get out the water. I bet I can even find the cars in my feed. Sure can. You can even find the car in that movie on Auto Trader. Hey, find your own car. Let's go.
Excuse me. A real review of Impractical Jokers. Q is the coolest. Sal's scared of everything. I can't do it. And Murray is their toy. This is a joy. I just got choked on and thrown out of the bar. Is that good TV?
Watch all new episodes of Impractical Jokers on a new network, Thursdays at 10 on TBS.
I had no idea. It's a house of horrors.
This only happens in movies. This doesn't happen in real life.
That power, he used it like a weapon.
The truth is all gonna come out.
Bob is gonna flee the country, never to return.
She lured this man to his death.
You got a seatbelt? Buckle up.
Welcome back to the
is brought to you by the Volkswagen All-Electric ID4.
Welcome back to the Volkswagen halftime show. The United States and Costa Rica scoreless at the break. We've got 45 minutes to play, and then this team is off to France and the Olympics. Be sure to stick with us after the game. They're going to have a special send-off ceremony for the Olympians on this roster. Shannon DeMarcus will be back. Luke and Julie on the call for the second half. Next, you've been watching the Volkswagen halftime show.
U.S. Soccer Halftime Show is brought to you by the Volkswagen All-Electric ID4.
Everyone's saying soccer's arrived in America.
Yeah, but I'm just not seeing it.
Ah, man, Christian, they got a lot to say.
Gotta prove those U.S. doubters wrong.
Yeah, but how?
The fans.
Who, me?
Yeah, of course. If anyone lives this game, it's them. It's their every day, right? And they really do make the U.S. the...
Nice.
Find space at Spring Hill Suites, the official hotel partner of U.S. Soccer.
Hey, I'll give you $574 if you switch. For Gerald? Well, okay. So what about $574 for switching your home insurance to Allstate? Well, I try not to think about home insurance too complicated. Actually, Allstate can handle the switching for you. Just call them. It's that easy to save? Yep. And you get Allstate. Oh, well, that's a step up. Goodbye, Gerald.
Oh, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Dude, you're looking ice cold.
You look ice cold, bro.
Guys, somebody's coming. Somebody's coming.
Let's do it.
There comes a day
When I'll be the one
you dream.
it's gonna
It's gonna be great.
Dude, are you crying?
Think of time as a rubber band. When we start to play with it, it starts to crumble until finally it breaks.
That was my bad. Sorry. Humankind's survival rests on the success of this mission.
Welcome to the Lazarus Project.
The Lazarus Project, all new Sundays at 10 on TNT and anytime on demand and on the TNT app.
The stage is set. All the pieces in place.
In a baseball season full of surprises.
I've never seen anything like it. There's no doubt about this one.
MLB Tuesday on TBS is breaking down the players and teams that are breaking out.
It's all about being better. The Subway Series. Big names, big moments. It's time to play ball.
Mets Yankees. Coverage begins next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. on TBS and Max.
0-0 at halftime, the United States and Costa Rica. Welcome to the send-off match presented by Coca-Cola on TNT. We're at Audi Field, and this the final 45 minutes before the team heads off to the Olympics. No goals so far. The United States dominating possession, 79% possession in the first half. They've had 6 corners to Costa Rica's 0. And as for shots, it's 6-0 in terms of shots on target. 10 shots in total for the United States in the first half. Just the 2 for Costa Rica. The big question is, can they be more clinical?
Can they get on that scoreboard? And that's the thing they were discussing in terms of efficiency this entire month in front of that front third and that final third. And it may mean they bring a couple substitutions in off the bench. A Jaden Shaw, for example, in the 10. A Croy Bethune in the 10. Where you bring in a player that is a little more Rose-esque in terms of Lavelle-esque, in terms of breaking down that compact defense. And to Corbin Albert's defense, like, she's playing higher in a 10 role that she doesn't typically play. She's usually playing deeper in a 6 or an 8 and hasn't been able to get on the ball that much. But clearly the United States, having its chances, just needs to be cleaner.
The send-off match on TNT is presented by Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Official sponsor of U.S. soccer. Costa Rica will get us underway in this second 45 minutes in the nation's capital. And Rocky Rodriguez will play it forward over halfway, where Corbin Albert is able to get a foot in. The U.S. look to make an impact early here in the opening seconds of the half as it's played back in towards Corbin Albert. She dances her way through. Couldn't get the shot away. Rodman will pick it up on the far side. Now it's Lindsay Horan. Back for Corbin Albert. Albert turns well against Chinchilla. Horan. Rodman's cross, hard and low across the 6-yard box, but it's helped back to the goalkeeper there by Koto. US into the final third, inside the opening 30 seconds of the second half, and it will be interesting to see if there's anything different about the way that they set up in this second 45 minutes, now that Emma Hayes has had a chance to chat to them in the locker room at half-time. Germa heads that one back up in the air. Albert battling for it on the near side. And Oriana Villalobos just lets it run out of play. Throw for Costa Rica here, and Guillen will take it on the right side. Guillen played 4 seasons at Creighton between 2009 and 2012. Here's Horan, now Albert. Hammered out of play by Oriana Villalobos. Dunn will take the throw. Crystal Dunn coming into the lineup tonight in place of Jenna Niswonger. Dunn's 3rd Olympics. Robertson's ball up towards halfway. Straight forward by Rocky Rodriguez, but out of play it goes off the Angel City midfielder. Fox down the right side here for the United States. Now Davidson. Swanson with a high ball forward. Also away. Now Rocky Rodriguez will bring it through the middle, and it's given away as she was trying to find Melissa Herrera down the right side. It's not too late. New customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly on DraftKings Sportsbook. Just download the app and use promo code GOAL. Into the 48th minute of play here as the US look for a way through. Burma wide to the right side. And Fox. Burma across the back for Tina Davidson. Davidson was the youngest player on the roster at the last Olympics at the age of 22. At the age of 22, I should say. That after being the youngest player on the World Cup roster in 2019. Burma up towards halfway. Fox. Driving towards the edge of the box here, and the shot is carried away by the goalkeeper. Sophia Smith going close once again.
And good things happen when they get that ball wide, and then they can find Smith in that pocket to turn. Drives right at that back line. Really good save by Bermudez. Her positioning has been really good tonight, coming up with some huge saves.
Swanson across to the near side to take it. In towards the 6-yard box. Bermudez couldn't get there, but it's headed away as Coffey plays it all the way back here for Gurma. They'll try and build up again. Lovely ball from Gurma to the left to find Swanson. Out of play there by Gloriana Villalobos. Quickly taken here with the throw. This is Sam Coffey. Gurma finds Dunn. Dunn up against Herrera. And Crystal Dunn manages to keep the ball and find Sam Coffey into the feet of Lindsay Horan here. Does she have a shot at goal? Way opens up a little bit for Lindsay Horan. Horan towards the far corner, and it's Bermudez once again tipping it away for a corner.
It was a little late for Bermudez to react to this as well. She gets an eye on that ball a little late. Almost snuck that one in by Horan.
Luke Wildman and Julie Fowdy in the broadcast booth. Katie Witham is pitch side.
I spoke to Emma Hayes coming out of the locker room. The first half went pretty much as she expected. She knew Costa Rica would be tough for them to break through. She did say that they were a little bit lower than she may have anticipated. Her message to her group was, we have to execute, we have to make better decisions. These spaces will open up. Luke, you asked earlier, how might they change things? Their shape is different. She said they're going to line up here in the second half in a 3-5-2. She's pushed Mal Swanson a little bit
With the ball through into the path of Swanson. It just comes past Lindsay Horan. This is Crystal Dunn. Space here for Corbin Albert. Horan. Into the feet of Rodman. Linking up there with Smith. Cleared away by Koto.
Luke, Julie, as I mentioned, they changed their shape a little bit. Emma Hayes now has them in a 3-5-2. She specifically pushed Mal Swanson a little bit higher, so it's going to look more like a two-front. She said we need to be aggressive. We need to go man-on-man. I want to give Costa Rica a different problem here in the second.
I love it, especially because Emma, every time at halftime, she's switching formations, she's switching how it looks. Loving that challenge of, okay, how am I going to break this down with this group now?
Rodman keeps it in play down the right side. Swanson, Horan, Smith, all in the middle as Rodman makes her way towards the edge of the box. Played through into the path of Swanson. Swanson goes back post. The United States on the front foot in the opening 7 minutes of this second half.
Great pass by Rodman, and Swanson taking that look, and you can see right away, hands to the head, little bit of frustration, something to watch for as this half wears on, and Costa Rica hoping they can hold on, make them frustrated, slow the game down, make it a little bit chippy. All the tactics when you go into that low block that become frustrating when you're playing against it.
Costa Rica ranked number 44 in the world. In the last window, they lost a pair of friendlies against Argentina, both by 2-0. That was right at the end of May, early June. They didn't play a game in this international window before this one. It's the one match for them. Here's a listen there, under pressure from Herrera on the far side. Well done there by Emily Fox, bringing the ball forward, finding Trinity Rodman. Rodman through the middle for Lindsay Horan. Swanson is down the right. It's Swanson up against Cotto, the defender. Swanson into the box. Swanson pulls it back. Sophia Smith just couldn't get on the end of it. But here's Corbin Albert chasing across to the near side. Albert finds Coffey. Now done. Into the path of Coffey. They'll try again. That's for Kurma. Emily Fox towards Horan. Footing came from Rocky Rodriguez, but it didn't clear the danger. Corbin Albert down the left. Davidson through towards Dunn. This is Corbin Albert, the PSG midfield. Dunn once again. Dunn into the box. The way opens up for Albert, and then it comes to Swanson. Lindsay Horan, the flag is up. It won't count. Boos from the stands, but the flag went up.
Here's the play earlier. This wonderful threaded pass into Horan. She has all the options in the world. You think Swanson maybe is going to find Smith early. She tries to readjust her run late in that when she didn't get it early, and she just misses her on that seam.
That's a look at our AT&T net cam. It's been all the United States in the opening 10 minutes of this second half. Opportunities from different places on the pitch, from the left, from the right.
And again, I looked at the reaction of Lindsay Horan. When she thinks she scored, she doesn't see the flags up yet. What was the reaction? Did you see it? Calmness. Instead of hands to face, frustration. And that is what you model, right? It's going to be okay. There's a lot of time. This is going to happen. It's going to happen at the Olympics. It's going to happen a lot. Teams will play a low block against the United States. Yes, it's frustrating. You want that goal.
Talk about modelling behaviour, and that's one of the things Emma Hayes loves about Lindsay Horan and her growth in this captaincy. Horan's ball forward towards Sophia Smith. Fabiola Villalobos will play it forward towards halfway down the left. Rocky Rodriguez couldn't get there. Albert picks up the pieces. Away by Elizondo, the left back. Davidson brings it down.
And you can see, as much as Costa Rica is trying to stay compact and keep their lines together, this game is opening up as they get more fatigued.
Lindsay Horan runs into Rocky Rodriguez. And Rocky Rodriguez will clear forward towards halfway. Rodriguez was the Rookie of the Year in the NWSL in 2016 with Sky Blue. Won the College Cup with Penn State a year earlier. Goal in 13 appearances this season for Rocky Rodriguez. 12 of them starts in NWSL with Angel City. Scored at home to Racing Louisville in June. We were talking to Rodriguez yesterday about playing alongside Sam Coffey at Portland. She talked about how she knew, even before she came in, having spoken to people at Penn State, because she went there as well, about just what Sam Coffey would be able to bring. when she got drafted. Very well rounded, had to learn quickly in Portland, she said, but she's very energetic, lots of qualities, versatility, and showing a lot of age beyond her years in terms of the experience she needs for the position that she plays. So often that holding midfield role is a veteran of the game.
Yep. And talked about knowing that she was a wise old soul, that was the word on the street from Penn State alumni.
Sit back downstairs, Katie.
You talk about Sam Coffey and everything, the old soul, everything that everyone says about her, and Emma Hayes echoes it. She said they don't make players like Sam much anymore. She described her as that combination player of old school attributes, but with a simplicity to her game that just has allowed her to flourish in a short amount of time with the national team.
Thanks, Katie. The flag up for offside here. It will be a US ball. The United States yet to concede under Emma Hayes. 2 games against South Korea in June, a 4-0 win and a 3-0 win. Then the 1-0 victory against Mexico at the weekend at Red Bull Arena in Harrison, New Jersey. Coffey. Germa. Now Rodman down the right. Remember a year ago in San Jose in the World Cup send-off game, it took them a while to break down Wales as well on an afternoon when they wanted to finish with a flourish and leave these shores to head abroad ahead of a major tournament. But they've got a free kick here, a minute short of the hour mark at Audi Field.
A lot of time on the ball for Tierna Davidson and Naomi Germa in that center back position. Clear foul there.
Mal Swanson is standing over it. Tierna Davidson has gone into the box to take up a position at the back post. Shot at goal here, Mal Swanson. No, she floats it up in towards Haran at that back post. Tierna Davidson brings it down. It's Corbin Albert, it's blocked. Corbin Albert still trying to get that one through. Davidson with a header back into the box. Lindsay Haran trying the acrobatic attempt. And I think a free kick has been given. The keeper is down hurt. Noelia Bermudez. It doesn't matter how, it just seems that each time Costa Rica find a way to get a body in the way.
And there is the playback to Corbin Albert.
First one, I think, went off Lindsay Haran.
A lot of bodies in that box. There's the bicycle. Didn't quite go off. Couldn't get that ball to drop. Almost took off a head, though.
Lindsay Haran, making her debut in March of 2013 at the Algarve Cup, actually reached her 100th cap in the Olympics against New Zealand in the group stage in 2021. She scored in that game. 6-1 win in Japan in the group stage. 50 caps on. She's getting set to captain the side at the Olympics this time around. It's the second time tonight that Bermudez has needed some treatment. And the backup goalkeeper, Daniela Solera of Atlas, who was the keeper in the World Cup last year, started all 3 games, is warming up here in case Costa Rica need to make a change. We're hearing there will be a couple of changes coming for the United States. Word from the sideline is potentially Lynn Williams and maybe Emily Sonnet as well. Not quite ready to make that change just yet, though, Emma Hayes. players back to her feet. And in the 63rd minute here, still goalless between the United States and Costa Rica. Still, I think, deciding on what changes to make. Emily Sonnet does seem to be coming in, but we'll wait and see what else happens in just a few moments' time. Naomi Gurma trying to get there first and just helps that ball across to Davidson. Here's Corbin Albert. And now Crystal Dunn. Space to carry it forward down the left side. Swanson is further forward. That's cut out, though, by the fullback, Hien. Now Swanson trying to get in around the back here. Bodies coming into the boxes. Swanson plays it across goal. Rodman couldn't get on the end of it. Rodman was there. Smith was there. Lindsay Horan was in space at the back post. Dunn will take the throw. Rocky Rodriguez away. Davidson heads it back forward. It's off Crystal Dunn. A drop towards Lindsay Horan here. She'll help it backwards for Coffey. Emily Fox out wide for Trinity Rodman. Rodman on the far side against Elizondo. Rodman's done well. Rodman linking up with Horan. It comes towards Sophia Smith. Took a deflection on the way through.
Here's the first lick with Corbin Albert finding Mal Swanson on this left side, taking a peek, waiting for Rodman, and then the gap had closed. Maybe just a hair too late on that one. This is the second look, falls to Smith. Can't get around it, but they get the corner kick out of it.
Swanson into that front post this time, having sent some in towards Davidson at the back post in the first half. Gurma. Casey Kruger just in deep conversation with the coaching staff on the near side. He's shown some video. We might see her in a few moments' time. Horan. Coffey. Just under 19,000 inside Audi Field tonight for this Olympic send-off match, as the free kick here goes the way of Costa Rica. Lynn Williams is getting ready to come in. We're hearing there could be as many now as 4 changes made by Emma Hayes here as we get towards the midway mark in the second half. Looks as though Lynn Williams will be coming in, having recently made the step up from the alternate roster to be in the 18 after that injury to Kat Macario. Through for Corbin Albert down the left. Sophia Smith still in support. This is Crystal Dunn. Dunn towards the byline. Puts the cross in. And that's behind for a goal kick. Kruger, Williams, Shaw and Sonnet are the 4 players coming in. Sam Coffey leads the game, as does Emily Fox, the local from Ashburn, Virginia. Corbin Albert and Sophia Smith also making way. Casey Kruger coming into the game in her home stadium where she plays for the Washington Spirit. She moved here in January after 8 years with Chicago. And Casey Kruger coming in for cap number 50. Becomes the oldest player to reach 50 caps. So things have changed around in terms of personnel. There's the applause for Casey Kruger. There are plenty of Spirit fans in the house. We'll wait and see how this changes things in terms of the way that Emma Hayes has got this side lined up now.
Yeah, and you look at those four coming in, three of them veterans of this group, in Sonnet, Lynn Williams, Casey Kruger.
Played over the top here to Mal Swanson. Swanson against Koto, who makes the challenge. It's another corner on the far side. Four changes coming right at the midway mark in the half. A 10th corner for the United States as Mal Swanson comes across to take it. Swanson's ball in towards the back post. Davidson plays it across the 6-yard box. Casey Kruger battling to get on it. Here's Sonnet. Now Rodman on the right. Rodman rolls it forward towards Jaden Shaw. And this time it's a goal kick. Change coming for Costa Rica. They're going to bring on Alexa Herrera, but let's head down to Katie once again.
Brief conversations on the sideline before the U.S. substitutions took the field. The general message to all of them, Emma Hayes said, it's often coming down to decision-making. Make good decisions when you're out there. She specifically pulled Lynn Williams aside and she said, stay in the box. No matter what, stay in the box. We need the presence in there, and then look front post if you can.
Need the presence in there and look far post if you can. Haven't had much success when they turn that corner and they get in behind, and then it's a step off behind them or a step too far in front of them. And again, that last piece of the puzzle, with as much domination as they had, with that many bodies in the box, is you have to be so precise with that ball you're playing in. You have to be so precise with your movement and rotations in the box because of the traffic.
The signal is that Costa Rica will need to make a change here. It's Koto that's down, injured. Lynn Williams getting the chance to come in. We had the opportunity to talk to Lynn Williams yesterday, and she was so matter-of-fact about making that step up from the alternate towards the main team. She says obviously that's where she wants to be, but she feels like she's been in this position her whole career where she's always had to be ready, sometimes overlooked, but be ready anyway. And whatever her role was in the Olympics, it's all about the team. If it's as an alternate, it's about being ready to come in if she has to, or being there as a training player and giving everything she's got to make it difficult for the players that are in the 18. As it is, she's made that progression up into the 18 now, and wearing that red compression sleeve on her leg because of previous problems that she's had with her calf. She feels comfortable with that. Well, she's in a good moment right now to make an impact here.
Yeah, and when you think about, she has played that role so often at the Olympics in Tokyo. Same thing, alternate, and then they brought in, because they opened up that roster because of COVID, to all 22. She comes in and ends up being a star to save them in that Dutch game and really make an impact for that team. She's always ready, always willing to play whatever role she can.
Tina Davidson is chasing back here to try and get there ahead of Herrera. Just coming off the bench and straight into the game here as Davidson plays it away. Does well to get the ball down the left for Crystal Dunn. Germa carrying it forward. Kruger. Into the path of Trinity Rodman. Swanson in the middle. Williams at the back post. It comes back here for Lindsay Horan. Sonnet. Horan. Kruger. Down the line for Rodman. Bit of time to play the ball into the middle, but couldn't find Lynn Williams, who was central.
And that's the difference with that many bodies in the low block. With a ball like that from Rodman, it can't be hopeful.
Dunn in towards the byline. Cross is put behind by Rocky Rodriguez for corner number 11. Emma Hayes said her front three is dynamite in transition. Dynamite. The problem is, with this lower block, it's very difficult to get into transition situations.
Yes.
Swanson's corner in towards the back post. The keeper comes to punch it. Davidson heads it back in. Sonnet gets a touch. Now Swanson. Germa. This is Kruger. Support from Rodman. Costa Rica also won't feel the need to be drawn out.
No, they're very happy with this pace, with this setup, with continuing to frustrate the United States with the bodies. And I give them credit. They're staying compact. They've had their moments where the game has opened up. You start sending players, if you're Costa Rica, it's a whole different game. And they don't want any part of an open game.
Germa. A little over 15 minutes remaining. The goal at the weekend came in the 64th for Sophia Smith. Here's Jaden Shaw in towards the penalty area here. Jaden Shaw managing to get through. Still going, puts it in the jump from Swanson. Just wide. It's another corner.
Really well done by Jaden Shaw. She just kept picking up the pieces as it was bouncing around twice the second time. Wide by Swanson, but created by the urgency and persistence of Shaw in that situation.
Guillen is the player that is down inside the 6-yard box. One appearance in both the 2015 and 2023 World Cups for Guillen, their fullback. 12-0 in terms of corners in favour of the United States. Can they make one count? This time driven into the edge of the box. Lindsay Horan.
She got all of that ball just underneath it. And these hydration breaks become gifts, because how often do you get a chance with 15 minutes remaining to say, okay, let's bring the whole team together and sort this out. And now you go to this balance, Luke, of yes, we're patient, but we got to be urgent. And there has got to be a sense of urgency. They've got to be pouncing on second balls. They got to be flighting balls in there. It doesn't all have to stay on the ground. It doesn't all have to be pretty. It's got to get ugly, and it's got to get urgent as they close out this game.
Because there could be urgent moments coming very soon when it really matters. In the Olympics, against either Zambia, Germany or Australia, Emma Hayes says she isn't even looking past that group stage right now. She's not planning out what might happen beyond that. Didn't even go through a full penalty shootout, because she said we don't need that yet. We have to concentrate in such a short space of time on getting the basics right of how we want to play for these 3 games in the group stage, and then everything deals with itself after that when you've actually managed to navigate through the group stage.
Yeah, it's not even one game at a time. It's one day at a time, literally. And as she mentioned pregame, Luke, they haven't set up against the low block in the Emma Hayes area. And so she is going to love this for the challenge of, okay, another thing we can work on as a group coming out of this on things. Because if you've watched the United States over the years, you know against the women, one of the challenges they've had is breaking down that low block.
They scored 27 goals in 11 games this year. Failed to score against Mexico in the Gold Cup. Only failing to score multiple goals 3 times. Both games against Mexico, and then that final against Brazil at the Gold Cup when Lindsay Horan scored the goal from the Emily Fox assist. But 7 clean sheets this year in 11 games. 4 in the first 8 before 3 in a row under Emily Hayes. Here's Trinity Rodman. The way opens up here for Rodman. Driving into the box, it's Rodman! Back it comes and put over the bar by Williams. Another corner.
That ball just in behind Rodman where she has to slow down that run, and her first, second touch, not clean either. Perhaps she could have gotten in. Gets a hold of it though again. Bermudez with a good save. She's had a game, put a shift in tonight.
Swanson in towards the front post. Katie Shaw was the one battling for it. Listen there, right up on halfway, sensing that urgency now as it comes towards Rodman. Rodman helps it out for Horan. Kruger trying to go for the top corner there. Emma Hayes mic'd up tonight. Here's more from the coach.
Doing all the good things. Oh, she didn't catch it.
Always positive, Emma Hayes. Trying to convey that message to the team as they look to try and find a way through. All of the possession, all of the chances. Can they find a way past Bermudez? Down the right, it's Kruger on the overlap. Kruger wins the corner once again on the far side. Inside the final 10 minutes at Audi Field. Mal Swanson across to the far side to take it. Swanson's ball in. Davidson climbing at the back post. Couldn't quite get there as it's glanced away. Comes down towards Horan. Lindsay Horan turning against Herrera, the substitute. Down the left it goes for Davidson. Davidson towards Dunn. Dunn with the cross. Floated in back post. Rodman with a header.
Good patience by Davidson, and Dunn picking it up, making sure she finds someone instead of on the ground where we've seen so many not make their way through. You thought you were going to see that celebration from Trinity Rodman there.
"21 shots in total for the United States, just the 2 for Costa Rica. And they were both in the first half. Kinchia chasing across the back. Kruger. Rodman with space to carry it forward against Valenciano. Rodman rolls the ball into the feet of Swanson. Sonnet. Now it's done. Horan. Everybody back defending for Costa Rica as Germa will float this one in towards Haran. Good distance on the header there from Gabriela Guillen. No pressure coming at all on Germa as they